There's something I just wanted to add to the discussion of Eyes Wide Shut, which I had in my notes, which is very important, and I didn't put in the video. I just skipped over it by accident. And I think it's important enough to just make a short video here rather than just tack it to the end of the last one. And that's about the colors. I was mentioning the colors in the video, but I didn't go into the detail of why the colors blue and red are important. And while Eyes Wide Shut has, in my opinion, the most important scene in the whole movie is the final scene with Bill and Alice and Helena in the toy store, that actually not only sums up everything that goes on in the movie, all of the behind the scenes symbolism, it actually explains all of Kubrick's movies in that final scene. It's a scene you should watch carefully again and again. But when it comes to colors, this is something to really take into account as you go through the whole movie, and that is the interplay of the red and blue. You're going to notice how often you'll notice the color red and notice the color blue. Most researchers tend to claim that the color red represents danger, while blue represents safety. I disagree with that, but this is what they normally would say. One example would be in their analysis is when Bill is walking on the street and he meets Domino, he enters her apartment through a red door. This is signifying danger in their analysis. But before he gets to her door, there's a beautiful blue door that I guess if he chose instead to walk into would have either had Alice standing behind it, would have woke him from a dream, would have whatever, that somehow he would have returned safely to his bed. But again, I disagree with this particular analysis. You watch the whole movie and watch where the red is and where the blue is and what's being presented in the story. To me, it reminds me more of the Matrix movie. And remember, in the Matrix, Neo is given a choice of two pills, a red pill and a blue pill. The blue pill will just keep him asleep, send him back home, let him be a normal, functioning zombie in reality. If he takes the red pill, he's going to awaken to the truth of his situation. And if you look at it this way, that every time red is being presented in the movie, Bill is being given the opportunity to choose truth. It's normally going to be, yes, the dangerous route. It's normally going to be the non-safe route. It's going to be where he's going to be challenged or put in some sort of even physical danger to him and his family. But that's the pathway you'll notice to where truth is. Well, blue is going to be a pathway to staying asleep in his lack of knowledge, keeping him in the dark. As again, Alice starts the movie in red, so she has already, in her own way, taken the red pill. She has already walked to the danger and has seen layers of truth. Bill has not seen any of it, and his entire journey is him choosing these doorways of red, which are going to be his walking into truth. And I wanted to put this in a separate video because that is the journey. If you really want to know what's true, if you really want, on any level, on the three types of awakening that I've talked about, be they awakenings of unification or awakenings of the prison-like nature of reality or the awakening of nothingness, either one of those is going to come through tremendous difficulty, challenge, intense pressure. Intensity would be the best word I can describe. They're going to come through some kind of internal and external intensity that's going to push you beyond a certain barrier. It's going to push you beyond a certain place to experience it, to see it yourself. And so you can look at Bill's journey slightly in that way, that you can look at it as potentially the journey of a person looking to know what's true in the world. And the more he takes those steps, the more dangerous things get, the more difficult the revelations that he has to start staring at and seeing in the face, the things he's going to see in that from the choices he makes are not going to be things that he wishes the truth would be, but he's being shown it. whether it be what happens in the nightclub, whether it be what happens at the rainbow costume shop, whether it be what happens when he's reading the newspaper, whether it be playing pool with Ziegler, it doesn't matter. Everywhere you're watching and you're noticing that red's going to appear, he's moving closer and closer to a very, you might say, a very unhappy truth that he's got to start bringing in on his world. And that culminates at the end where each now, Bill and Alice, have revealed some sort of truth. And then depending on your analysis of that final scene, either has a very light in the standpoint of knowledge ending, or has a very dark ending. And you're going to have to navigate this whole movie and the journey of, particularly it's Bill's journey that we're seeing. And then the end of that movie is to how that actually impacts the two of them, which impacts their child at the end of the movie. So I just wanted to share that because I felt it was an important part not only of the movie, but an important part of understanding your own journey to locate levels of truth. See you in a new video.